Guys, I wanted to do a video on this side so that you can actually see my face. I took a nap, I got up, and this is how I look. Like I said, it's not just the lighting. It's something worse. And I'm trying to lighten the screen, but you can tell that they keep changing the lighting on the screen because they don't want me to give you guys light so you can see. So it's not just the lighting. You can see what this technology is doing to me. And that's part of my point. So they have this idea that they can go to court with their word. They said, I've been watching you. You've been watched for this time and you did this and you said that. We have stories from other people. That isn't how the law works. I'm going to go to court with proof, physical evidence to prove they're lying. They're going to come to court with these people that they claim that they can't now use because they're not credible. So they were going to come up with videos where they reenact things that these people told them. That isn't evidence. Reenactments of stories is not evidence. And that's my point. I'm coming with evidence, with facts. These videos act as facts and evidence also. They said they told people about this program and said, I'm one of the people involved in it. And this is how I look. Would this be something that you would want to get involved in voluntarily? No. That's why they said it's not voluntary. Of course it isn't. Nobody would voluntarily subject themselves to looking like this. So they said, well, because unfortunately, they said a lot of other people who've been subjected to this technology developed similar things that I have. That's my point. Nobody would voluntarily give up the life I had before. They're still obsessed with the fact that I have a Regents diploma, not understanding it's not just a Regents diploma. A Regents diploma, I graduated from Cardinal Spellman in the Bronx. You can get a Cardinal Spellman diploma, which is a very good diploma. But in addition to that diploma, you can take the required steps to get a Regents diploma. So it's not either or. It's a Cardinal Spellman diploma and a Regents diploma. And why people say Regents diploma is because it's a given that if you have a Regents diploma, you have a Cardinal Spellman diploma. The Regents diploma is the higher diploma in the sense that you take more coursework to get it. And they cannot accept that. They can't accept that I took more coursework. I took required exams and they were hard. And this is back I started high school in 87 and I graduated in 91. So they're fixated with trying to minimize that because they think that if they can do that, that would change anything. It doesn't change any of this. So they're fixated, and I talked about this in fixation. These types of people have such fixation on things that regular folks like us, if you told me, oh, I have a Regents diploma, blah, blah, I would say, oh, good, great. And I'd move on. But they fixated, and I'm telling you, part of the AI that they wanted to create on me reveals who they are. This is their personality issue. I'll call it that. A fixation with certain things and certain people. And if you don't feel the same way about them, they kill you. That's what they do. And that's something they tell me every day. And they say it in a subtle way. No, you say it out loud with this. So I was put into a program that I didn't agree with. I never wanted to be a part of. They followed me everywhere, doing things to hurt me and set me up expecting a great reaction. One of the things they set up was an incident on the bus where I got a police report because someone accused me of pushing her and I did not push her. And I hope if any of you were on the bus, a Q50 bus in the morning would have been, I believe, in September. Please post a comment because I would like the video of that. There was a woman sitting in the front videoing it, and when the woman who was part of her group got up, stepped on my mother's foot, my mother said, ow, yelled, pointing her finger at me, doing all these things. That video never surfaced. That's my point to you folks. This setup has been going on for too long, at least since 2016. They keep trying to change the dates and find something that corresponds. There was no correspondence to that incident because I never had a police report for an incident prior to 2019. My car was stolen in 1997 and I got a police report then. There were no other police reports. The other police report that I wanted was when they broke into the apartment and damaged my people in March of 2019, the same year. I didn't get a police report for that. And that's my point. I was not someone who had all these incidents. I didn't get a police report when they broke in and damaged the people. I wish they had given it to me. So between 1997, when a car was stolen, which is not the same thing as an incident, and 2019, there were no police reports. Suddenly, every 5 seconds, I'm having these issues with these people, and that's my point to you. They're not telling you the truth. And if they had the truth and on their side, they would have. They would have come forward. They wouldn't have set me up. They set me up to discredit me and make me look nuts. And unfortunately, this is what happens when I have the truth on my side. That's my point. Had I been lying, this would not have happened. That's my point. The people who they're doing this to, they can discredit in different ways. Because they couldn't take away my Regents diploma, which meant I wasn't, now they admit, boy, you could have been a tutor. I was a tutor. I was. So now as the truth is sinking in, their fixation is moving from one thing to another thing to another thing to another thing. And that's my point. It's not just the fixation with me. It's the fixation on what I've done in my life and how it's harder to discredit me. Not that it's impossible to discredit me, but it's harder. And as I'm going through these dates, and you can say, okay, I'm 49. She's a 49-year-old woman. No incident until 2019 when she got an incident police report. A car stolen is not the same. So you're talking about a 40-something-year-old woman who didn't have all this drama, who's they accused of everything they accused me of. And now they're fixating on a stupid Regents diploma. And why do I call it a stupid Regents diploma? Because it's not as important as all of this other stuff. But in their mind, they're so fixated on it, it's become so important. So they said, well, Eric Shafir was a guy I dated briefly in 1992 and in 1995. Eric thought you were ashamed of what you did in high school. How would he have thought that when there was no indication at all that that was an issue? So how would he have thought that? He knew I tutored when I was at Fordham University. So why would they say that? And that's my point. Once you put people on the stand, I can have someone say, did you think someone you dated not once but twice in a short amount of span had a learning problem or had an issue with her? He wouldn't have dated me. And that's my point with these folks. The people who they ask these stories of would not have associated with me if I had been the things that everyone is in their circle is accusing me of being. They wouldn't have associated with me. That's my point to you folks. Look at my videos. I have over 1,000 videos. There would be no one who would hang out with somebody who they thought was such a loser, such a difficult person, had such all these issues. They wouldn't have associated with me if I had been a liar. They wouldn't have associated with me if I had been doing something wrong. And that's the reality. So whoever is behind this program wants to trick people into a false reality. And a reality is just like you have alternative truths. This would be an alternative reality. Just like you have artificial intelligence, artificial meaning not true intelligence. This would be an artificial reality. Do you get what I'm saying to you folks? It's artificial. It's fake. Reality is reality. And any attempt to minimize reality means that person has a problem. That's my point to you. Anyone who tries to minimize reality is a problem, because reality is real. We don't need artificial intelligence when we have true human intelligence. So this is what the title of this video will be. We don't need artificial intelligence when we have real human intelligence. Thank you for watching.